Hello, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. Yep, things don't always go as planned. I had planned on being in a live last night, but after dinner, I started getting some really bad stomach cramps and I had to cancel. I don't know if it's food allergy or a stomach bug or gluten or what, but it was not a fun night. Okay, decrease side. I'm working on the body. Ooh, I hit the, okay, let's put the microphone over on this side to make it a little less likely to repeat that stunt. There we go. I am working on the body of a plane. And it's my own pattern that I've written up, and I don't know if I've ever followed it as it's written. I just keep going rogue. I've got notes written all over with changes. But for most of the body, you do one round even and then decrease at the beginning of the next round. So I was saying to my husband, if I had just this little disc that I could flip over so I know what round I'm on. So this is what he made for me. It says ink and increase, decrease on one side and even on the other. I'm on a decrease row right now. So I just keep that on the arm of my chair. And when I get to the beginning of the row, it's like, okay, this row I'm working even. I flip it over. Then when I get to the end of the next row, I know where I'm at. Like, okay, we're flipping it over to even because I'm starting an even row. So for the body of this, I had increased up to a certain size, put in the windshield, made the face, and then basically it's just decrease every other row until you get down to about 18 stitches. And then it's like 18 down to 12, 12 down to 6, finish it off. So I'm getting close. I realized today that I never finished telling a story yesterday. So while I'm working on this, since I have no finished projects to show, I was just so wiped out by the flare-up yesterday that I didn't get much done in the evening. For hours, I was just sitting in my chair like, oh, I feel awful. And then, let's run to the bathroom. Oh, I feel awful. It's just, oh, it was bad. Sorry, too much information, but that's my life. I really wonder if I'll be able to do lives because I can't predict when a flare like this is going to hit. And, I'd hate to be in the middle of a live and all of a sudden say, oh, sorry, I need to go now. Bye. Okay. Fun story. I will stop with the too much information stuff and go on to a fun story. I told you that I had a dream about shopping at Joann's. I had watched the video that Nova Gnomes put up. Even. And she was talking about, oh, this is great stuff. Oh, this was usually $1.99 and I got it for 2 cents. And this was usually $11 and I got it for $1.11. She got some great deals. So I watched that video just before I settled in for my Sunday afternoon nap. And in my Sunday afternoon nap, I dreamed that I was at Joann's shopping. And all the signs pointed to the fact that I was going to get some great deals like that, just pennies on the dollar. So I had myself a cart, and I'm going around, and I find this big cardboard bin. Like if you've ever been to a farmer's market in December, like the big bins that they put the pumpkins in. These things are like 6 feet across and 4 feet deep. There's a big bin like that. And it was filled with Bernat blanket and other squishy yarns. Oh, goody, goody, goody. And I'm looking through trying to find colors that look really cutesy, this. And these two young guys come along. Oh, here's another one. They had a big flatbed cart, and they already had a box like that on the cart. Oh, okay. And they come over and they're looking at the yarn. And I'm saying, oh, do you guys knit or crochet? And they look at each other like, yeah, we crochet. That's a good one. And like one of them's on one side of the box, the other side of the side. They pick it up and they put it on top of the cart and take it away from me. Oh, when they said, yeah, we crochet, I said, oh, you should look me up on YouTube. I'm Elaine from Penguin Place. Oh, yeah, laughing at me like, yeah, we'll look you up. Yeah, sure. So I only got a few skeins out of that box. So I'm going around, I'm looking, oh, here's some stickers. I'll get some stickers. Oh, here's this. I'll get toys for the grandkids. And I'm looking like, oh, what's that on the bottom shelf? There's some soap. Well, the soap in this dream looked like they had taken it out of the restroom and put it up for sale. It was like half gone and like, nope. You can't pay me to take that home. Nope. But then when I went to put it back, it's like, oh, there's yarn back there. And I start pulling out these little skeins of worsted weight yarn. And I'm tossing in my cart as fast as I can. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see movement at the end of the aisle. And here come the dudes. They're like, hey, there's more yarn. And I grab it and toss it in my cart. And trying to run away from them as fast as I can. But one of the skeins was like a tangled mess. And there's this yarn just trailing up behind me as I run away with my cart. And these guys are like running along trying to grab the tail of the yarn so they could pull it back. And then I woke up. So I don't know who won the battle of the yarn. But I was like, that was an entertaining dream. And I hope you all enjoyed it. So today I have been working on this airplane and playing catch up with some household chores. I am almost caught up with laundry today. And because yesterday was a holiday, today was a garbage day. You want to know why it takes me so long to do stuff? My husband says to me, oh, got to get the garbage out by 9:30. This is like 8 o'clock, 8:30. And usually it's my task to go around and empty all of the individual garbage cans from the house into the main garbage can out in the kitchen and take the garbage out into the garage. So, okay, I'll get it done. Time for a decrease. It probably took me 15 minutes because the first thing I needed to do was go back to the bedroom and try on all of the clothes that I got at the thrift store yesterday. I got, a pair of sweatpants, a pair of dress pants, a pajama shirt, a pajama top and bottom pants set. That is so comfy cozy. I love it. And 2 dresses. And the 3 bags of yarn that I showed you yesterday, which are now, they're all up on that shelf there. I went and I wrote on the tag the date that I purchased them, and I marked half off on the 2 that were half off. So when I do finally get around to making something with them, I will be able to know how long it's been sitting here and just how much I paid for it. Okay, tried them all on. The pair of dress pants I have to take back because they don't fit. And this particular, oops, this isn't even run out of decrease. This particular thrift store no longer has fitting rooms. You can't try the clothes on. but you can return them if you still got the tags on them and all that. So that's why I wanted to try them on before I cut the tags off and put them into the laundry. So you know what? I'm going to have to make another trip to that thrift store to return the pants that don't fit. And there'll be another color tag that's on half price. Okay, so I got everything tried on. I cut off all the tags. So then I took the laundry downstairs because the garbage can in the laundry room needed to be emptied. And I figured, okay, take the laundry down, start some laundry, bring up that garbage and empty the rest of the garbage into that. Then while I'm down there, it's like, oh, this floor could use a pretty good sweeping. I think I might be at 18 now. So I'll stop that. So, swept the laundry room and the basement area so that I could, put all the dirt to the garbage can because I'm going to empty the garbage. And then I came up and finally got the garbage cans emptied. But it was just that one little task. So there's a little tiny garbage bin in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a little, it's a plastic cup like this big up on my chair that I need to, so like 3 real garbage cans, 2 little ones. Got them all emptied. That whole thing took me like 15 minutes. But I got it done. We got the garbage out before the garbage men came. And that reminds me, we haven't been out to get the mail yet. Mail's probably here. Okay. So I just my dishes are done, the floor is swept, laundry is caught up. I'm almost done with the plane. I'm almost done with the body. Then I have to make the 2 wings and the 3 back fins. So I should finish one plane today, and then I'll make the other one tomorrow. Have that crossed off my list. And I think I've done pretty well with May goals. Then I'll get back to the Lori scrap bag. It's like right in front of me here. And it's taunting me like, you need to finish this. Yeah, along with 112 other things. But, some days are good days for getting stuff done. Other days, all I can do is just sit in my chair and I feel awful. So last night was one of those days. But this too shall pass. I told my husband I really wasn't feeling all that well when I went to bed. I was feeling chilled and all that. So I brought my snuggle blanket back to bed and put that over me too. So the blankets were so heavy and so warm and cozy, and I slept pretty well. So then at 2:00 this afternoon, it was like, I need a nap. Where's my snuggle blanket? Oh, it's back in the bedroom. Okay. I have reverted to a 4-year-old. I want my blankie. I can't take a nap without my blankie. Okay. I guess I will go check on my potatoes. I'm cooking potatoes for potato salad today. And we're going to have Salen's hot dogs, which are a Buffalo, New York favorite. And Salen's hot dogs, potato salad. And I'll probably slice up some vegetables like cucumbers and carrot sticks and celery sticks and serve up with some hummus or some dip or something like that. So, fairly easy dinner. And once I get the potato salad made, that'll take a little while. But I should have plenty of time for crafting tonight. So I have to see if anybody's going live tonight that I can have something to watch while I'm making airplane wings. I was telling my husband, he's an electric engineer. He's science, electronics, just all that stuff. So I was saying, I've made dozens of these planes over the years. And I always hesitate when I put the wings on. Oh, you probably wondered why there's strings hanging from the sides. I always had problems figuring out where to put the wings. So before I stuffed it, I folded it in half and put some running stitches just at the midpoint of each side, starting at the same point, like starting 3 rows behind the windshield and going for about the same, so I've got it marked right where to put the wings. But I said, I get these wings and they're like slanted on one side and straight on the other. And I'm always trying to figure out which side goes to the front. It's like with turtles, when you're making sea turtle and you've got these curved fins, like, okay, I have to look, like, which side goes to the front? So maybe it's the same. And my husband's like, you want the slanted side towards the nose of the plane. So maybe the curved sides are towards the front of the sea turtle too, because maybe that's more aerodynamic than the other way. But then he says, oh, but other planes are different. I said, oh yeah, like the propeller bi-wing, the ones with the 2 stacked wings and the propeller on the front, those just have straight wings, right? Yeah. And there's some, no. I'm leaving before I get a science lesson in aerodynamics, because aerodynamics does not help me with crocheting. Okay. Not all that much crochet. Yeah, the Joanne story was crochet content. It's about yarn. So I will see you tomorrow, and hopefully I will have a finished airplane to show you, at least one finished airplane. We shall see. I'm looking at Lori's yarn, trying to figure out if I've got girly colors in here that I could use. I don't know. There's bright yellow. I think for girly, I think I'm going to do like pink and purple. The bright yellow might work, but this particular mom, her sons had planes that had bright red, bright yellow, bright orange. So she might consider a bright yellow not to be a girly color. So pink and purple. Yep. Okay. It's time to go check the potatoes. You know what? I think I have the pronunciation from that old Jack of the Beanstalk story. Every time I say, well, maybe not every time I say potatoes, but usually I would say potatoes. That story where the giant's wife is rattling off what she's making for dinner, and she's like, oh, 5 bushels of potatoes. So it's been 30 years and it's still stuck in my head. Can't get rid of it. I can't say potatoes like a normal person. I have to say potatoes like Mrs. Giant. Okay. I'm getting silly. I need to go. Bye-bye.